I might have just seen the best anime this season. Let's talk about Cyberpunk EdgeRunners. First off, let's start by saying, have you seen Cyberpunk EdgeRunners? Seriously, aesthetic-wise, I think it is one of the most striking animes. And it uses its aesthetic to help sell the world around it. And this world, I'm just going to put it to you this way. There's going to be a little bit of spoilers. I'm going to do my best. I will not try to spoil story plot points. But a few things I will have to say. So this is a minor spoiler. So minor spoiler happens in the first episode. All right, out of the way. Also, before you click off, people that don't want to be spoiled, just let me tell you this. Let me be one of the thousands of people that are saying this now. Cyberpunk EdgeRunners is awesome, and you should watch it. All right, as always, thank you for taking time to watch some of my videos. Okay, now that they're gone, all right, now that you've already seen Cyberpunk EdgeRunners, right? It's amazing. But yeah, in the first episode, think about the world that it creates and the chaos and it's a garbage world. When David's mom is not a client and gets passed over and then comes out of a vending machine, it is always great when animes uses it to kind of put a mirror up to it. And with, medical insurance, you guys get, I'm not going to get into that on my channel, but you get what I'm trying to say. And that is the first thing that I want to talk about, is that the world of Cyberpunk EdgeRunners, I think Studio Trigger has built a world that I want to see more stories in. And boy, that animation style, listen, I understand it might not be for everybody, but it was for me. It was for me. It was for me. I have seen the entire series. I binge watched it, and then I got some friends to watch it, so I've seen the first 2 episodes twice now, and I will probably end up rewatching the series by the end of this year. It's just one of those stories I cannot get enough of, and just the style. It oozes style. Because sometimes with animes, you're like, oh, it's a great style, but they kind of put substance to the side, and for me, this blended both of those together. The characters of David, Lucy, Maine, all of the EdgeRunners, they all have their own little unique character, and they do kind of become characters of each, of stereotypes, but they fit so well. And again, I am not going to spoil story stuff, but boy, the story, huh? Well, here's a major spoiler. Skip. There's gonna be time stamps down below. Skip this part. The story of David wanted to be so special, he drove himself crazy. The idea that this kid just wanted to fit in and belong somewhere, and he took it to the extreme. It was so well done. But I will say this, so you don't think that I'm just like losing my mind over Cyberpunk. I guess I kind of am, because again, it's what every anime fan wants. Is I really stumbled across this and it turned out to be amazing. I just stumbled and I was like, oh, these 10 episodes, it's a Netflix show. When do Netflix just put out bangers after bangers? Like, when? Not often. But to stumble upon this and just fall in love with every aspect of the character's story, animation, aesthetic, style, just music, the music in this fits this world so well. But here's the thing, I'll be completely honest with you. It does have influences. It's not this like very nothing that it is doing is brand new. Ghost in the Shell, anyone? Lucy, legitimately Ghost in the Shell type situation happens with that character. But boy, is it fun to watch. Like, man, I see the influence, but man, is it super well done. And it's not wholly original. It is not a wholly original anime, but I just think that it checked certain boxes, but it checked them with A+ across the board. And there is one episode in particular, a character, it's episode 6. If you know, a character kind of loses their mind and it is some of the best anime I have seen. Across the board, really, episodes 1 through 10, I haven't fallen in love with an anime like this in a very, very, very long time. Honest discussion, let me know down below if you had watched Cyberpunk and you don't like it. Like, I would love to see the opposite of it because, like I said, I can only speak from my experience, and my experience, I loved it from start to finish. I think it has one of the best first episodes of an anime this year, and I think it is so focused on the story that it wants to tell that it is a tight 10 episodes. I feel like there is no episode that slows down, that isn't pushing the story forward. Because even animes, and they've kind of gotten away with it, a lot of animes are going to 12, 13 episode seasons and just kind of doing it. Spy X Family is a perfect example of that. Attack on Titan started doing it. Like JoJo's, we want to talk about the biggest disappointment of the year. There's going to be a whole video on that one day. But to give some context, imagine your biggest disappointment of the year when you're super excited to watch another anime on Netflix. I'm not going to say names. And you need to get the taste out of your mouth, and you stumble across this, and you're like, this is everything that I like in an anime. Good characters, deep story, fantastic action, great style, great animation. I cannot keep saying this enough. It's stars across the board for me. But one of the best surprises from this Netflix show was how deep the connection between David and Lucy was. And again, like I said, it's not breaking any new ground or anything of that nature, but it was just so well crafted and so well done that you see these two characters, and it's going to be so hard to explain without spoiling, but you see these two characters grow close together and sacrifice a lot for each other. And it was just such a great journey. David's journey was so fantastic that by the end of it, I felt satisfied. And I do believe that the ending will probably give a lot of people like, oh, I don't know if they stick that landing. But regardless, if you feel like they stuck the landing, the fun, because boy, is it brutal and violent. And let me say this, because I don't really know like the ages that will watch this video. 18 plus. 18 plus. 18 plus. 18 plus. 18 plus. This is a TVMA, my friend. TVMA. They earned that TVMA in the first 5 minutes. Boy, do they earn it. Woof. So just, you know, for some information, that first 5 minutes, trust me, TVMA. One of the things I'm very interested about though, because Lucy's already been modded into Cyberpunk 2099. Again, I've never played it. I think it's Cyberpunk 2099. Pretty sure that's the title of the video game. Keanu Reeves is in it. I heard it got better. I just remember hearing it was very broken in the beginning, so it just kind of like I just never played it. Let me know in the comments down below if they fixed it and it's a good game, because I would love to check it out, especially after this anime. And that is the question that I'm wondering, is if this anime takes off and a lot of people watch it and it gets very popular, kind of like Arcane, if we will see a influx in purchases of the video, and if these characters will be back in some type of DLC. Because I think that's what the great thing about Netflix specifically, they are really at the front lines of doing great video game adaptations into anime. Think about it. Last year they had Arcane, this year they have Cyberpunk EdgeRunners. I believe that people kind of liked the Witcher movie anime that came out. I don't know if that's a Netflix original, but they have always tried to blend this stuff together, because think about as many times anime with live action, the Cowboy Bebop of it all. You guys remember that? Got canceled after the first season. But anime has always struggled with adaptations, and video games have always struggled with adaptations. And I think it's really positive and really, really exciting that we are seeing good video game anime adaptations, because that opens the door for a lot of other good adaptations. Whether we're gonna sit down and be like, oh, the next, you know, live action adaptation is gonna be trash, I still have hope for it. listen, I know it's dumb, but I have hope for the One Piece live action adaptation for Netflix. I don't know. I want it to be good because a good adaptation is good for anime, manga, video games. It's good for everything. I never want an adaptation to be bad. But I just really wanted to make this video to say that Studio Trigger knocked it out of the park. And if you are hesitant about adaptations, in my opinion, take my advice, check out Cyberpunk EdgeRunners. And if you don't like it, come back to this video, comment, be like, hey man, I checked it out. You were way off. You are horrible. I'm never listening to your advice again. That's fair. Hey, that's fair. That's fair. If I've let you down, I'm just trying to, when I see something cool, just like if you guys see something cool, let me know. I'm trying to let you know I saw something cool and I really, really enjoyed it. Probably, I haven't sat down and really thought about it, but right now, it's recency bias, but it might be my favorite anime of the year. I can't think of an anime that did what it was trying to do and nailed it better than this one. Again, I had low expectations. I had nobody hyping me up about it, but it was one of those rare instances where you stumbled upon, in my opinion, this hidden gem in Netflix, and I really hope that more people check it out. And spoilers, no, sadly, Keanu Reeves is not in it. I know, I was hoping for it too. I was like, man, that'd be awesome if Keanu Reeves was in it. He is not, unfortunately, so that's the one bad thing. If I could say one bad thing about Cyberpunk EdgeRunners, more Keanu Reeves. But yes, hopefully I gave you a good anime recommendation, and let me know in the comments down below if you check it out and if you dug it, because I need more people to talk about it with, because it's so good. If I haven't said enough in this video, it's so good. But yes, thank you as always for watching the end of my videos. It really means a lot to me that you guys support my ramblings about anime and manga and support the videos. You guys are amazing. I hope if you're having a bad day, it gets better. If you're having a good day, I hope it becomes fantastic. I'll see you next time.